Hello, I'm Ian with video blog number 20. Today's video comes to you in 3 parts. Part number 1, not only is it November, it's also Movember, where guys all around the world grow mustaches to raise awareness and funds for prostate and testicular cancer research. Instead of presents, I'm asking for donations. To my MoSpace, you can click my face for more information. Part 2, work. It's been really busy these past couple of weeks, but both of our shows are now open. We finished our studio space. It looks great. I just really need to apply myself, step up, take more initiative at work. But thankfully, I have 3 days off to refocus, get some perspective, recharge, let loose, have some real fun. Then it's back to work on Monday. And finally, part number 3, it's the return of facts about states. I'm going to do 20 facts about the state of Florida, so here we go. Juan Ponce de Leon became the first European to discover Florida in 1513 when he landed near what is now St. Augustine. The first permanent European settlement in North America was established there 42 years later. Florida became a U.S. territory in 1821 and the 27th state in 1845. The linear velocity of the Earth's surface is greatest towards the equator. Cape Canaveral's relative southern position allows rockets to take advantage of this by launching eastward in the same direction as the Earth's rotation. Cape Canaveral's history of rocketry and spaceflight dates back to the 1950 launch of the Bump Ray multi-stage rocket, and since then has been home to NASA, the first Titan ballistic missile launch, and all of NASA's manned space missions. In 2004, the year before Katrina, Florida was hammered by not one but 4 major hurricanes, with 3 of them directly hitting Orlando. During the 1991 Gulf War, Jacksonville was the busiest military port in the United States. The St. Johns River is one of the few rivers that flows north instead of south. In 1982, the federal government tried to install a drug checkpoint on US 1, the only road out of Key West, leading the mayor to declare independence and call the Keys the Conch Republic. The Keys have used that name whenever they felt slighted by the federal government, even winning a war in 1995 when an Army Reserve exercise tried to use the Keys to simulate an invasion, directing personnel to treat locals as foreigners. Greater Miami is the only metro area in the United States whose borders encompass 2 national parks. You can hike through pristine Everglades National Park, ride on glass-bottom boats across Biscayne National Park. Clearwater, Florida has the highest rate of lightning strikes per capita in the United States. Florida's state constitution allows for freedom of speech, trial by jury, and pregnant pigs to not be confined in cages. Until 2004, Florida did not have a minimum wage law. A special law prohibits unmarried women from parachuting on Sunday, or she shall risk arrest, fine, and/or jailing. The world's first scheduled passenger service airline flight took place on January 1st, 1914, when young aviator Tony Jannus flew from St. Petersburg to Tampa. It's almost impossible to have a basement in Florida. Once you dig 15 feet, you hit groundwater. Amelia Earhart was last seen on land in 1937 when she left Miami on her around-the-world flight. Benjamin Green, a Miami Beach pharmacist, invented the first suntan cream in 1944 by cooking cocoa butter in a granite coffee pot on his wife's stove. Florida is one of the few states without a personal income tax. Thomas Edison and Henry Ford both had winter estates in Fort Myers. Edison became concerned about the cost of rubber going up, so in 1927 he and Ford created the Edison Botanic Research Corporation in an attempt to find the solution to the rubber crisis. They decided that the goldenrod weed would make the best latex, but the project ultimately failed and was shut down in the mid-1930s. And finally, speaking of Ford, guess what make my new car is? I am one of them now. I bought it on Halloween, and I've named it Big Red. That about does it for this video blog. See you all next time in DFTBA.